Welcome to the Extract Podcast. We are raising the bar for financial advisory.
By advisors for advisors. And today we will once again have Mon here with us.
Yay!
Yes. Thanks.
Yeah, and if you see Mon, we are probably going to talk about
AI.
Yes.
Yet another interesting day for me, especially.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about today, Xing?
Yeah, I guess with all the various AI tools, like ChatGPT, like Claude. I just learned how to pronounce that like 1 minute ago.
Okay.
Right, like AI is already everywhere, so you would think that most of the people's performances in work, even in financial advisory, would be pretty much on a higher level, right? But we still see quite a big difference in the quality of output that they utilize AI for, right?
Okay.
Like, why do you think that's the case? And let's discuss this today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the access to the tools, right? Everyone can access to the tools, right? Even the professional ones, you just subscribe, pay money and whatnot, right? So access is one thing, but it doesn't mean the way you use it is the same across the board. I think it really comes down to that, right? When the internet started, different people use it for different purposes.
Yeah.
Also doesn't mean every single business managed to leverage on it on day one. In fact, PM just spoke about it recently.
Yeah.
During the
You
before
know
the
or no, you don't know.
I only know that he said that our jobs are safe.
Oh, okay, that's the
Okay.
important part of it.
Important messaging landed.
Yes, important message landed. Yeah, Singaporean workers will be protected.
Yes.
We will talk about that eventually. But one thing that he mentioned as well is he did mention that most people are using AI, but you really just scratching the surface in terms of the usage, and there's so much more. And this verbatim, so much more we can explore in terms of using it in our day-to-day work.
Yeah. So I second what Emin has said. So basically, I will assume like most people like you, scratching the surface
I
of
am
tools.
most people.
So they are like really like using it like on the surface level. So when Emin says like going in deep, it meant usually how do you integrate it into your whole workflow? Like for example, how do you have like some of the technical terms like AI agents supporting your home workflows to make it automated. Yeah, so you look at me like lost like this term in general.
Yeah.
But thanks for being honest, because that actually that's the true reflection. We want to know. I think one of the aim of this episode is to find out maybe truly where are all our levels of usage. I also won't claim that I am like super well versed. I'm still learning at the same time.
Yeah, we all are. I mean, the whole world is learning at the same time. And there's so much progress and so much innovation that's happening at such a breakneck speed.
Yeah.
I guess especially this year, we have seen a lot of transformation in the world of AI. I mean, it started with Claude and whatnot. Claude is different from Claude. Yeah,
I remember we talked about it.
Yes. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. So exactly, we are all still learning.
Yeah.
So everyone is in the same boat lah. So end of the day, I guess the thing to really land here is it's not really the tools that are involved, right? It really comes down to the people who are using it. How quick, how fast can we deploy it in the day-to-day work?
So to add this, I feel it's important we talk about it, because if the gaps become bigger, that means there are some people that use it so deeply, some people who don't, right? The distinction will be extremely clear probably in 6 to 12 months time in terms of the output or the quality of the experience.
In such a short time.
Yes. In fact,
I would think
that's quite a fair.
That's why I think we should have some form of self-assessment. Are you on track?
Yes, like you all were saying that, we are all on the same boat with this whole AI adoption thing. But like, I feel like there are some people who are on speedboats, and some people like me are on like sampan. So
Different kinds of boats.
So like how do I know where I
there are
stand?
levels to this.
Right. Like,
that's good. In fact, I can share, because I've been watching a lot of AI influencers. So I think there's this term that they came out with. There's 3 types of AI users. One is they call it AI curious. Then the other second type is the AI iterate. Yeah. And AI literate. So and then the last one is actually AI native. So maybe just to give a quick, simple analogy lah. So I think I use driving, very simple. So AI curious, it just means that you started driving. This is how you use the car, etc. It's similar. You just started using ChatGPT. So I can prompt. So this is how it used. So you are curious. You kind of know that it exists.
okay.
So then when you're AI literate, that means so like as a driver, you would know that, okay, I can use Google Maps now. I know where to go. I know where I get all the traffic updates from maybe which news channel, etc. So it facilitates and assists me in driving it efficiently. So in similar manner, it's let's say for example in AI terms, you know that this tool is good for image generation. You know that this tool is good for transcription. This tool is good for reasoning, etc. You know where to get the tools. So I think people who have went into maybe AI for a while, they would generally land at this phase.
Yeah.
So the third one is AI native. I think that's a part whereby you unlock the full power of AI. Okay, so from a driver standpoint, actually it's no longer like you are just like a normal driver on the road. You are like maybe a racer. Basically, you have inbuilt system whereby every time you drive, you know how are you driving. Am I stepping on the brake too frequently? Am I taking the most effective turn and the routes? Am I driving it at the optimal manner?
So it's like the F1.
Yeah, so
one
there's
whole
a feedback
team
loop
behind it.
whereby it tells you how you get better. Basically, we call it a closed loop. A closed loop. So it's in a sense whereby when we say we are AI native, right? That means imagine yourself having a workflow. You meet let's say in advisory terms, you meet a client, you finish already, you do certain things, and then you don't even need to think about it. There's already feedback loop that will tells you, hey, this is what you have done. You can improve on all this. I think the next step to do certain things is this. It's integrated into a whole workflow, and that's why you realize that a lot of stuff can be fully automated. You can take most of your cognitive load to focus on delivering better results and experience, just like the F1 driver. So that's the 3 layers. So I think it's good to have an awareness.
3 levels.
Three levels. Where are you at this point in time? So Singi,
Oh yes.
which level are you?
I would think that I am maybe AI curious, but less.
Great self-awareness there.
Very humble.
I think like when people use simple tools like chat, right, there is always over time you develop skill sets like how to prompt and like what are the things to say so you can get the answers that you want, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I recently failed at that.
Why? What happened?
Like, there was a trend of a lot of people giving their AI a name, like their chat a name.
Mine's called Pepper.
Oh yeah, I remember you showed me before. Yeah. I wanted to give it a cute name called Mira. Like, it's like something about like starlight and stuff. And like with my poorly executed prompts, chat started to call me Mira.
But you're learning, right? At least you're attempting to do something to.
Yeah, and I don't know why it's like irreversible. I keep telling chat that like, no, you're getting it wrong.
Really?
Like, it's your name now. And then like just Mira. Then continue talking. Yeah.
We can take this offline.
Yeah, we can take this offline.
Am I the problem? Yeah, so I would
for
say AI curious but less.
I think okay lah. I think the fact that you try to do that means that you will have understood a little bit about contextual memory and whatnot about the underlying system. You might not know the term, but you are actually trying to do something like that.
Okay.
Then it's just about learning the right prompts to do it correctly.
Oh, you guys are so encouraging.
I think the most important thing is whereby you know where your level is. Okay. I mean when I started, when I learned, right, I wanted to know what I do not know. So I thought, wow, actually I know a lot. Then you start to read, hey, actually there's still so much to learn in terms of like, I don't know, adopting AI agents or even vibe coding, they call it, means you use like English to type into programming, then you get software come out from that. There's really different levels of it. So at least you know, so now I'm here. Okay, so this is the potential.
Then how can I get to the next level?
Yeah,
it's just like anything in life.
It's just
anything that you can
journey.
measure, you can improve, then you must at least have the awareness of which level you're at right now.
Yeah.
I actually think there's one more level. This is the AI dinosaurs. That means that, what is AI?
Actually got
I'm pretty sure there are. Okay, even in the world or rather maybe less of that. Okay, because the first level that you mentioned just now is AI curious, right?
Correct.
I think there are people who are AI resistant, maybe. You know, okay, there's this thing called AI, but I just don't like to learn new things, so I just ignore it for now. I'm sure there are people like that around, but there are many fads and trends that comes and goes in the world, in our industry. We can treat it like that, but this one we are pretty sure is here to stay. So if you're at that AI resistant, AI dinosaur level, probably shift away to at least be a bit more curious. Yeah, I think that's the minimal level that everyone should be at.
Yep,
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah,
And it's not so daunting as it might seem to be lah. So
Yes.
our aim is to walk through this with you all, and then our aim is to walk through this with you all.
Yeah.
And then we will get there together.
Oh, I feel so safe and heard.
I mean, that's what we are doing. That's part of the reason why we started this podcast as well, right?
Yeah,
Is to
yeah,
really
yeah.
educate our viewers on this. Yeah.
So, Mon, what level do you think you are at? I would assume like native.
Surprisingly, no. I mean, I explain some of my thinking lah. Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely know how to become native.
Okay.
Basically, I've a lot of close friends in tech. I've seen them set up their workflows. They're building their own personal assistant from there. However, because of the sensitivity of the data that we deal with in our industry, especially we're doing client data, we have to PDPA Act, etc., and things like that, right? I know that there's a huge responsibility before integrating any form of this. I need to be aware what are the risks, what are the downsides from here. Hence, I am treading this quite carefully. I'm making progress, but basically, I know that we have to pay attention to ensuring that we are doing it responsibly, so that we can account to stakeholders like our clients, and also of course maybe if there's certain IPs that you have that you want to make sure that you protect it from here. So I'm definitely between the phase of level 2 and level 3, which is the AI native lah. From there.
Yeah. So I guess I like the term that Mon used just now in terms of responsibility. I think AI usage is not just about knowing what to do, it's also knowing about what not to do lah. Yeah. So given the sensitivity of our industry, I think that's the part, because we discussed with this extensively, right? We cannot just jump straight in and then just say that, certain models have certain capabilities. I mean, like for example, Claude is all the rage right now, Claude is all the rage right now. It doesn't mean that we know that it can be done. It means we will just go ahead and then just execute it blindly. Yeah, there's a lot of considerations to be put into place. And I think we are just one of those industry that's facing this dilemma. I'm sure we are not the only industry with sensitive client data. For example, or maybe if you are talking about the medical field or anything to do with people legal stuff and whatnot, right? These are all sensitive things that you need to handle with care.
Privacy.
You just carelessly, wantonly just throw it into the LLMs and then not before you control the data. I don't think that's the way to go. Hence, maybe it's not so much straightforward in terms of whether you're native or not, rather than making sure that you're progressing towards that in a responsible way.
In a safe manner.
But I guess like when people are using AI, they don't really think about the rules and like what we can do, cannot do, right? So like maybe specifically for financial advisory, like what are some of the key things that we have to be aware of?
No, this one I let Edmund talk about it. He's definitely the guy to talk about this.
Okay, so I mean, for not to sound like a broken record, right? But we really work in a highly regulated environment, and it's rightfully so, because we deal with such sensitive data, and we are, I would say, stewards of our clients' futures, stewards of family finances and whatnot, right? That is the reason why there are a lot of so-called check and balances that's being put in place for the industry. Okay. In fact, even before we go about specific industry rules, right? There's very general things like just simply PDPA, for example. I mean, many years ago when this was implemented, people are not used to it and whatnot. But it's important, right? It's something that we need to protect because we deal with sensitive client data. Yeah. And if you go into generic MAS requirements of financial consultants, right? Then we are talking about technological risk management, TRM, for example. What kind of tools that you use? And these are not even specific to AI. This is even like if you use your Google Drive, for example, your emails and whatnot. Your 2FAs to make sure that everything is key. Because if we don't control it at that level, how do we know that you're not just leaking client data anywhere? The simple act of just taking a client data and then emailing it or putting it into a G Drive can be a breach of some of these rules already, right? So that's something that we want to be a bit more careful. And of course with AI, then, I mean, Singapore government is always taking the first step. They launched this huge document called MindForge on how to make sure that you know what kind of AI are you using, how does the data transit, how does the data rest. I think that's a bit technical already.
Whether the output is actually accurate,
Yes,
because
what
you
are
need
the
to rely
gut
on it to
rails.
make judgment gut reels and stuff
what
like
the gut
that.
rails and whatnot. lah. So it's definitely something it's something for the industry to work on. It's also something that we are always learning.
Yeah, I think I want to build on this because a lot of the things that we do require the trust of the client. So imagine you carelessly use LLMs and then spam it. Of course, with a lot of because now we've got a lot of like Claude, Cowork, etc.
Yeah.
You can do tons of things with them, but you could be careless. You just throw in like certain data into it. You do not know where it goes into, and then you also do not know how are you handling them. Are you saving them correctly on your desktop, etc. While doing with this, right? There's a huge risk whereby if there's really a violation or a leakage of that, then there's no turning back. The client will be like, hey, I give you all this my data, and now it's like where I think those are the things that we really need to be very, very careful. We want to make sure we do it right, and then before it even become AI native. So I just want to second what Evan is saying.
Yeah, it's not just at the consultant level, right? I mean, we are running a team. So we do have to worry about at team level what are the practices and whatnot. I'm pretty sure at the organization level, the company levels, the FA firm, they should, if they are not already. I'm sure they are thinking about this as well. This crucial. So it's not just about AI can make this thing become easier to do. It doesn't just make it appropriate to do it in that way. There's still a lot of considerations for us to think about.
I see Xing Yi face like very stressed. I don't know. Or is it like, wow, all the terms fly past you. You're like, so what do you capture?
I captured the different things that we need to be. Oh, it's just because it's easy, it's not appropriate.
Yeah, okay. That is a good summary of
Good summary. I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah. Simplicity is beautiful.
I think I'm in a position, a very fortunate position where I can rely on you guys. And for now I can just follow first. So
we try our best.
yeah. So like maybe what are some of the things that people can actually do from here?
I mean, it's good you're always asking the most practical question for the advisors to follow. So I think it largely depends on which phase you're in. So if you're AI curious or iterate, I put them together. AI curious first. If you're AI curious, I think the next step will be, so what are the other tools that are available that can help me in my workflow? I think you can ask around, you can research a little bit. So then again, I always believe in starting small. I mean, I read online most of the time. It can be overwhelming when you realize that, the tech can do so many things. But the question mark is like, what can I solve? So really one of the things I discover that most FCs, those that are shifting towards AI native, right, they definitely know their workflow. Literally, when I meet the client, what's my next step? What are the administrative things that I need to do? So once you have that workflow, you pick one part of your workflow and then decide a tool to make it better. I think that's a really one of my simplest advice for you to work on. It can be as easy as, preparation of your, maybe the next presentation you want to meet your client. Maybe you can try out some different designs or make it nicer to showcase. That can be just one simple workflow. So once you get confidence, etc., then you can expand that tool usage. That's my general advice for FCs.
That's not even like AI related skills. That's basically just knowing your own workflow or your own business a little bit better. Because I think the new world that we're going into, right, will reward people who are more structured in the way that they run their business and their practice, rather than those who are very good with a lot of flair, just wing it. Because AI cannot help you in that way of running the business. But if you're very structured, you understand your entire workflow, we can break it down into what are the exact outputs and what are the exact inputs that you want, that you have at any point of time and you want to create. These are areas where AI can really, really shine. So I mean, as much as we have been talking about risk, we are really not trying to scare people to not adopt. It's not possible to not adopt AI.
Are you scared?
Actually, I am quite scared.
Like legit?
Yeah.
What are you scared of?
Like maybe I give you some context. Even with non-AI like iCloud or cloud systems, I don't even upload like my client information or like my databases or whatever documents onto my cloud system. Yeah, I have a hard drive.
That's what you say. Okay, yes, correct. That's the way
Yeah,
it should be
yeah.
done. Yeah.
As in,
Totally,
I mean,
It's correct. It's correct. It should
Yeah.
be
Your
done
laptop
that
is
way.
secure as long as that's
like
Yeah.
I just don't trust. The only things I use my cloud system for is like my own photos.
Okay.
like my
Okay. So okay lah. So you do have that inkling to know that
So when it
Yeah.
comes to AI, then there will be so much more information that will be uploaded to something we are even more unfamiliar with, right?
Yeah.
So I'm a bit scared lah. Yeah.
I think there will be always this tension whereby there's the potential of the technology and the risk of.
Yeah.
I think that is where we have to strike a balance. Not saying that you are going to extreme lah, but now that with this so powerful technology that can automate, make you smarter, save out time, etc. I feel that gradually all we need to do is like what Edmund say, look at it in terms of the workflow. Rely on us to give you a system whereby actually I know it's safely managed on a certain manner, then gradually be confident to apply those tools lah. Okay, I see from your eyes you really okay, we will walk you through this journey lah. No need to worry from
I'm
there.
a dinosaur, I guess.
You move yourself now.
Okay, I'm self-aware.
But that's the aim lah. That's the aim lah.
Yeah.
I mean, through your lenses, people can be okay lah. I'm not alone lah. Yeah, if seeing is like that, I can get better lah. Okay, joking.
I guess the whole thing is for anyone listening out there, right? For ourselves, it's a reminder for us as well. Don't look at AI as a technology to give us a shortcut to make our life easier. I mean, it can make our life easier, but don't just adopt it like that. Think deeper. Think a few steps more into your entire workflow. Adopt it in a way whereby it can make you a better professional rather than just like bits and pieces here and there. Then, like what Mon say, break it down into small little pieces and systematically adopt it at different points of your workflow. I think that's a better way to look at it.
Yep.
I guess for today's session is quite educational for me, as always, for AI. If I have to talk about one key thing that I took away is, we should never trade convenience for trust. Trade trust for convenience.
Yes.
Like I think trust is something that's too valuable that just because something can give you a little bit more efficiency doesn't mean we should just blindly go for it. Yeah. Systems and checks needs to be in place.
Yep.
Yeah, especially for FCs with our role.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you all will advise? Final advisement for leaders, for clients?
I guess as usual for leaders, right, we take the lead in trying to adopt this technology. I think we need to think deeper in a sense. So adoption is encouraged for sure, but it must also be guided in a certain sense. So hand in hand, these two things comes hand in hand. And don't just look at them as a one-off application thing. Look at it as an overall long-term advantage by applying it in your overall systems and workflows in the team itself. Because as leaders, there are a lot more things that we have to actually do in the advisory work on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, that's probably the advice I have for leaders.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will go more polarizing for financial advisors. So I think there are always two types of financial advisors. One is like need to piap one. One is like need to encourage one.
Yeah.
So like for those that need piap one, like they are AI dinosaurs, go wake up your idea. How powerful this AI tool is. I think basically I think it's important to note that if you don't use, there's really a good chance that the gap will get clearer. People will be advising more effectively. Yeah, I'm not saying you, why you're so sensitive. Yeah.
Oh, is that? Was
Yeah,
there something going on?
Don't be called out.
Yeah.
Not everything
No,
is
I
about
think
me,
you
it's
have a
okay.
good mindset, so I think you're adopting. So your one is my second approach. So the first approach is to ask them to wake up the idea. But I think the second one would be for the people who wants to, because PM Lawrence Wong also talk about it. A lot wants to try but do not know how. So I believe that there are already people out there trying to set up workshops and teach, right? I think at our level, for financial advisors, we would want to do that also. I think we want to educate. Maybe we will start to have more outreach to guide people. Hey, actually from our context, how to do it safely.
Yes.
What are things you can try to do? So what are things you try not to do? I think we should do a lot more of this. I think it's something that I would want to encourage them. Like it's okay. You can gradually move from AI curious all the way up to literate, and then we will end at AI native. Maybe within the 6 months to 18 months, I think there's a good chance. Can be done one. I'm generally a positive person, can be done one. But please do not shut off the idea. Please do not become a dinosaur. That's really my major takeaway.
Yeah. So again, right, I don't think AI will replace us as advisors, but it will definitely show the chasm, the difference between those who apply it well and those who are like just resistant to it. I would say AI resistant. So don't be that camp for sure. As long as you're at least curious, you're learning, we can walk this path together. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right. Thank you for gracing our AI episode once again.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoy myself once again.
It's always fun to talk about this topic.
And if you guys enjoyed the session today, let us know what other AI topics that you are keen to understand more about. Maybe in the future we can talk about what the AI natives everyday can look like. Right?
Okay, that will be interesting. That will be interesting.
If it's something that you want to see, you can
let us know.
Let us know in the comments below. And remember to like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.